Am I live now? I've been like chatting to myself for like 10 minutes. So I'll start again. Welcome, Vela. Welcome, everyone, to the chat. I take it you can all hear me okay? I wondered why you wasn't answering. But yeah, it's unusual that the chat suddenly come on the screen now, which has been, it's basically been there for a couple of weeks. But now suddenly we can see it in live. So that's good. So if you could just let me know that we are definitely live and everything's working, you can hear me okay, etc. And then we'll get going. It's really hot here today. It's like 27.9, which I know is not like hot where you are as such, but it's hot where I am. So yeah, might be a bit of a shorter one today, just because it's it's so hot here. Keeping all this equipment on top of me, it's like wow. Working now. Yeah, I forgot to hit go live. And I was like chatting away, and I was like, "Are we not live? Oh my god, we're not live." So now that we are live, I can get back into what the monthly challenge is. I don't know why that um, green, blue box was there. So monthly challenge. This time it's flowers, or this month it was flowers, and the entries that we had was just one from Bella, which is, as you'll agree, like pretty stunning. Exactly what we were after. Just zoom that in so you can see it better. So she's used the I forgot what you call it, but the radio like powered duplicate, just like we were talking about when we released the challenge. However, we only had one entry, which brings us to our next point, which is the monthly challenge is going on hold for a bit. And as you can see, it's TBA. Now, that doesn't mean it's going away forever, it just means it's going away for now. So, when we get more interest, more people in the chat, etc., then we'll bring it back. But for now, we're putting on hold for a bit. So, yeah, TBA. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, I've turned it all back on now because I've gone through all those ones. So, this here is the Swift logo. Some of you might recognize it. And what that means is that Apple every year they do something called WWDC. Now, this is their, if I can get it up, yeah, get rid of that one. So yeah, WWDC 24, and this time WWDC is not like a main Apple event like their hardware, like everyone thinks. It's more of a software event. So things like iOS and like iPad OS, etc. But it should be interesting. And I watch it every year. So I had this idea that we might watch it together. This is just the clues that we got so far. So we got that Swift logo, and we got something called Ready Set Siri. Not sure what that means yet, but we'll find out, and we'll find out together. On June the 10th, now it's 10 a.m. PDT, and that's 6 p.m. in the UK. And here we have the logo that I've made up and thumbnail. So yeah, Tuesday 10th at 6 p.m. UK. It's going to be like the live reaction, and it gives us a chance to watch it together. So it should be pretty good. See all the like what's new, etc. So yeah, that is something that's going to happen as a special event, if you like. And yeah, just hope that goes well, and we get lots of stuff. So, so I've done this so many times. Right, this here is a grayscale, and it goes from black to white in 20-degree increments on scale. Now, this actually should be 0 to 22255, which is Velo's coming out with 1 p.m. Central USA. Cool. So yeah, it should be a pretty good event. So I don't know whether you can remember our curve session, but we were on about colors in Affinity. Go from 0 to 255, so you get 256 of each color, and that's what the scale represents. It's going from 0 really to 255, but I've just coded 0 to 100, and so you can see the 20-degree increments there. Now, what we're going to be talking about is levels, and levels are going to be in the adjustments panel here on the right hand side, and then down here, levels. As you can see, this brings up this panel. I'll just make sure that it's on the scale, just like that. Now, what will happen is if we raise the black up, you'll see that it starts disappearing all these. You see that? And that is basically taking out all the white from the image. So that is what raising the black does. And then you could do exactly the same in the opposite direction. So if you took like 100% white down, it would give you all the whites. So you can see that going in and out and in and out of these. Now there is a couple of other options. We have output black and output white. Now, if you remember, the black gives us basically all black, and the white gives us all white. But these two, they're kind of like inverted, if you like. On. So what happens with these is that the output black will give us all white, and then the output white will eventually, if I can slow it down, give us all black. So they're like the opposite, if you like. Then we got gamma, which is between 0 and 2. At the moment we're on 1, so it's kind of like the average gamma, if you like. But again, if you take it down to 0, it'll go white, put it up to 2. It should have gone all black, but it hasn't. Very strange. Okay. Very odd. Okay. So it just goes a bit darker. That's very odd. I thought it went totally black on that one. So that's gamma in a nutshell. And then opacity is the how much this effect will affect your picture. So let's turn it all black for a second, and then turn the opacity down. You can see it start slowly coming back because we're losing the effect that we just put on. Now then, just to show you, this happens on any kind of gradient. So I'll just get rid of that one, put on this one. So we got the same here as the black to white. And again, think of it like 0 black, 255 white, and everything's in between. Because that's how colours work on Affinity anyway. So what we'll get is the exact same here. So as you raise black, it'll go all black. As you decrease white, it'll go all white. And then, like I say, these are sort of like inversions of these. So the output black will actually turn everything white, and the output white would turn everything black. Now, will it play ball? So gamma is meant to go 0 to white, 2 to black, and it still doesn't. Very strange. But you can see it gets slightly darker, so that is something I'll have to investigate. But what I was going to show you on here, and it looks better on a gradient, is say we went to 50% black and down on the white to 50%, you'll actually get what you call it. I don't know what it's called. I'm trying to think what it's called, but it's like you get like half of it's black, half of it's white. I lost what I was thinking of. But yeah, you can see exactly where sort of like the black and white mix. So that is basically like on our big scale. So if I get rid of these, that is what you're basically seeing right in that middle gap. Is black to white like that. Now, you may be thinking, this is all great, but what do we use levels for in real life? So, I've got this image off of Pixabay, which will give you a good demonstration as to what kinds of things this levels adjustment does. Now, as you can see in the image, there's a guy with like a tattoo. He's in a dark background. But what if we wanted it to look more sort of a black background, if you like? So we'll raise the black, and as you can see, I forgot what they call it, but you get it in films where someone's like stood in the dark and they look more mysterious. And the same with the whites, so you get it completely played out in the end if you keep going to white. Exactly the same as the inversion on the bottom two. So this will go more white, being black, and the white will go more black. Let's see what the gamma does on this one. So down to white, and it's not completely black again, but it goes darker, and then opacity, it just lessens the effect. Just put that back. So on our original image, what should we do? So what I would do is increase the blacks a little bit, say 10. If I can get it to say 10, there we go. And then bring this one down by about 20%. So we're looking at 80. And can you see it gives it that sort of like film quality aesthetic actually with it, the effect on and off. So this is it off, and this is it on. Can you see it gives you that more contrasty look, like improves your image. But you could do this with curves, etc. It was exactly the same as what I was saying with curves. You like increase the light, put down the shadows. It's just another way of doing that, but with like the adjustments instead. So this was everything in master so far. So I'm just going to go back to our scale and show you something else. I'll get rid of the scale and put on our, there we go. Just put it all back to normal. Right, everything that we've done so far is in master, so it affects all the color layers, if you like. Now if we go to red, what do you think will happen where we adjust these? If you're watching the curves episode, you'll see exactly what happens. So if we raise the black now, you'll see it goes more cyan. And if we lower the white, it'll go more red. Yeah. And it goes for the thing for green. If you raise the black, it'll go magenta. Or if you lower the white, it'll go green. And blue, if you raise the black, it'll go yellow. And if you lower the white, it goes blue. You've seen exactly the same on curve still today, but that is within levels, if you like. So I hope that it was good for you guys. Sort of hope you learned a little bit from that. I'll leave you with the that one. So WWDC, we're gonna watch it together on a special live. Get rid of our levels now. We don't need that. If I can get rid of it, just delete the adjustment altogether. There we go. So yeah, our WWDC. We're gonna be watching that together. It should be quite good fun. See what Apple releases next, as in their softwares. But yeah, it's so hot here. I'm giving up today. So I will see you in the next one. Hopefully that was interesting for you. I know it was short. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you in the next one.